I hereby summon all my ends. Hey everybody, it's Annabelle. Unfortunately, I'm still sort of new to this whole thing. And my sound sort of kicked out on doing task 9. But instead of having you watch an incredibly boring task 9, I'm going to try to do a shoutcast over it. So I do apologize that my sound kicked out on this one. I'm going to re-record it and put it back up. So I do apologize. And I'm going to try to do a shoutcast here, okay? So wish me the best of luck. This is my first time ever trying to do a shoutcast. I'm still sort of new to this, so somehow my sound did kick out and I do apologize. So here's me starting everything. Me saying, hi everybody, this is Annabelle. We're doing task 9 on this particular one. We're going to go and we're going to try to take down this bounty since it's finally been fixed. Now you can actually go do the bounty. This is me going into the game and picking up the pirates. This is me showing off the different pirates. We've got Edwin. We've got Patches. We've got Eudora with the cannons. We've got Sneeze with the shredder. And we've got Kazakis. It's me going into the actual bounty. We start off the bounty here. First run up, I had no idea on how this strategy would work. I don't normally play pirates. I had to do pirates because it's specifically required for this bounty that you have to do the pirates. But I'm not used to playing them, so I had no idea how they would actually run on this. So I put out in the brand new pirates. I never tried out this comp before. I do try to do these as blind as humanly possible so that I don't get spoiled too much with what's going on. If I ever do look up a guide, it's one of Old Guardian's guides for what to do. He told me what pirates to bring, but I didn't look at the strategy for this one. So I am going into this pretty blind still. Here's me casting, trying to take down the green first. I'm focusing on the green on this particular one. And I make everybody attack on the green. And we have everybody go in. And I believe this is where I lose my first pirate. I had a hard time trying to keep pirates alive here. You'll see as we go through. I don't normally play with pirates. I use the Holly or the Fire Cop. This is my first time ever trying this, and I had no idea how to actually run these pirates. I basically kept trying out different things, different comps. These Nagas are pretty difficult to take down first round with this comp, because I had problems with them. We're going to see if I can just get this to change speed so this can go a little bit faster. And just a second. We're going to try and do this at a quicker speed to get through this. Here's me taking the cursed treasure. This is my first time ever trying the cursed treasure. What cursed treasure does is it actually reads out one of your abilities, and if you use it, you take 20 damage. At this point, I had Kazakus with the Feast of Souls. So I start using his mercenaries, his little minions to help me out with the board. I just attack everybody here, trying to keep my mercs alive, using the pirates to actually gain up his Feast of Souls. Again, you'll see I lose another minion here. I lost a lot of minions this first try going up. I keep trying to use the quick golems here for Kazakus. Get his quick golem for helping him get buffed up with the Feast of Souls. As you can see, every time the golems attack, he gains more and more attack with the Feast of Souls going on him. Here's me trying the boss for the first, here's me going after the last golems. I'm basically down to almost no mercs at this point. I'm using Kazakus and I'm using patches for most of this at this particular point. I'm still trying to use the golems as we go along, so I can get Feast of Souls to work out. This is where you see where some of the cursedness of that treasure comes into hurting a lot, because as that treasure does more damage each time that I try to use it. The only thing that's helping me out in this particular case is the fact that I'm using Feast of Souls, so it's kind of balancing itself out with the Feast of Souls. Maybe though I'm taking damage, I'm gaining all that health back with the actual golems going in for the Feast of Souls and dying on the Feast of Souls. And we just start cleaning everything up here. I'm just going through and cleaning everything up. This is when I was basically almost down to no pirates at this point. I'd already lost a lot of my team. And on this particular one, I lose another minion on this particular one. I'm having a hard time getting that curse to work, because if you only have one ability and the curse hits that one ability, that's the only thing that you can cast on one. Your choices are to either take 20 damage or to not use the ability, which is sometimes even worse. It's kind of a, do you take more damage, or do you not do anything and avoid the damage altogether? So some people it's easy because some people have multiple abilities that they can cast on one. But if you only have one ability that you can cast on one and the curse hits that, you can sometimes get in real trouble. Now, if you have 3 abilities and basically one ability you never hit, and you hit the curse on the third ability, it's not going to affect you as much, but it's completely random which ability it is each turn. It's not like the abilities are stagnant throughout the rest of the run. This is when I believe I turn everybody into pirates, just for fun. Everybody's a pirate now. When it patches treasures that he can turn everybody into pirates. On your side, not on the opponent's side, but on your side, you can turn everybody into pirates. I'm still using the Kazakus Patches combo here. That seemed to be a pretty interesting combo with Kazakus and Patches coming in with the pirates. And with having Piece of Souls, that was helping out a lot here. To actually make this better run with Piece of Souls was actually helping out. Doing a lot of the work here. Okay, that's as fast as I can make it go. Okay. I get bleed as I lost my last pirate, so I actually try to take down the final boss with only 3 mercs here. This is my first time doing this on Heroic. And I actually kind of run into a problem with Eudora's cannon here, and Kazakus' minions, because I run into a problem where I can't get all 3 of his minions out on the board. Because he'll only summon 2 minions because it's always got spots for. So I do lose a little bit of his power that comes from that ability on this particular one. I start trying to sort out who to take down first. I start focusing on the right and leftmost here, ignoring the middle, which later on I find out is kind of a bad idea. I basically don't worry about the middle. I don't worry about the actual boss here for a long time. I actually got confused on this fight when at a certain point during this fight, I didn't realize that he actually has minions on the bench for this particular fight. So when I take down minions here and I sit there and go, what's going on? Why am I hitting ready when all my mercenaries are alive? Because I actually had them ready for his mercenaries. I wasn't used to him having a PvE fight where the other opponent actually has mercenaries on the bench. I'm not sure if he's the only one who has mercenaries on the bench, or if he's just the first one who has mercenaries on the bench. Here I am still trying to take out the rest of the team, even though I'm down to 2 minions here, by using the Feast of Souls, which unfortunately is even cursed at this point for the golems. But I still keep trying to use it because it's the best ability that he has with the Feast of Souls. And as you can see, I actually got kind of far, even with just this. But that's where I lost the first round. Now I start trying to find a good board to do. So all this is me trying to find a good board that I can get. I'm scrolling up and down the board looking at paths. This one, the Worgen really got to me. I still focused on the green first of all because I don't know how bad the green hurts. But the Worgen just wrecked me on this one for whatever reason. So much so that I just give up because I already lost a minion on the first bounty. Try finding a good board again. Got no luck finding a good board for a little bit. Doppelgangster is one of the hardest first minions to do right now. There are some strategies to take him down as the first minion, but when I'm trying to run this board for this event, I wasn't trying to run him as the first one right now. This is me trying a board and getting completely railed by the Nagas. You'll see me here get completely railed by the Nagas as soon as I drop down the team. I try to focus on the actual Murloc here and leave the Nagas up. And that just completely wrecks the team here. You'll see in a second. I can start using Taunt to try to mitigate some of the damage with Mr. Smite, but it just got through everything because they don't do physical attacks, they do magical attacks. We're trying to find a board I like. We're trying to take them down again to see if I can figure out a way to take them down in one turn. This is where we try the Patches, Mr. Smite, and Smeed combo. And I lose another mercenary here, so I just left the board. Having a hard time getting that first mercenary down. A lot of the times on the heroic, it's not about doing the final boss, it's about getting up to the final boss. Gives me getting mad that I keep getting the same first mercenary each time. I finally got a different mercenary, figured I'd try it. Beginning boards where the only way up is to go through a heroic, which I didn't feel like doing any heroics to get up these boards. Finally got a board with no heroics and no boons on it, so let's try it out. The Golems don't do any damage to him because he reduces his damage by 6. The golems aren't actually helping me out here take him down. Actually win the first round. That's me getting excited for actually winning one. I try running up the actual red side here. And Anduin just bones me on this fight. You'll see that Anduin just bones me on this fight. I'm trying to take down Anduin first in this fight. The heal goes through. I was 1 merc. And then, if I remember correctly, I actually used a 2nd merc on this fight. And at this point, I didn't get any good treasures, so I conceded the battle. Looking at a good board, can't find a good board again. Can't find a good board again. Having a hard time getting up boards. This is the board that had like 3. Oh, hang on, the next board, I believe. Here, I'm still trying to find good boards. I'm having a real hard time finding any boards that make sense to me. This is the one where I try, because it actually looks like, it's a board I haven't seen a lot, where it has 3 legendaries back to back, but they're all red, so I figured I'd try it with my, the good hunk of blues that I had on my team at this point. I need to make sure that I'm using the correct abilities due to the gnome that's making it so that certain abilities do me more damage, so I'm making sure to work around that. I lose a mercenary here, right off the bat. I'm already down a mercenary. But I get a good ability, so I figure I go forward. And then there's 2 red that are heroic right back to back, so I figured I'll try it just for fun. And this team, oh man. I tried to take down this team, taking down the greens first because of how my team's set up. I know the greens will do more damage to me because I got the blue set up. And I lost another merch, so I just conceded here. Was not a good run up on that one. This is a run where I actually get some heals along the way. to get somebody actually in my chat for once. Trying to say hi. We try to take down the reds first here. We actually survived this one. So it's the first fight down. I get excited here. That's me getting excited as I get thrown around without losing any mercs. I start taking the treasure chests for the pirates to get the buffs. Because it's, I basically am thinking of this as a contrition fight at this point. So I got the pirate buff here. That's the first pirate buff I get. This one, it's actually a pirate versus pirate fight. I focus on Nidara first. I lose a mercenary here, but I know I got a heal coming up, so I'm not as concerned this time around. We take the bleed ability, not that it really matters here. We get a Murloc fight. I'm happy because Murlocs and me are squishy. We focus on the red first here. The taunt gets in my way. Because Akis doesn't hurt the taunts with his minions. This is when I start figuring out that the Shadow Claw works on the golems that have died throughout the game. So I start using that more. We barely survived through that, by the way. I get another treasure chest for pirates, which means more health. Heal back up to a team full of 6. Take down another Murloc team. This is when I start using this weird combo, I believe. Yeah, this is where I lose Kazakis, hang on. Okay, so that's where I lose Kazakis. But I know now that he'll come up. I get another treasure chest, which is lucky. Go for the heal again. Skip the boon to try to take on the Murlocs. I believe this is where I actually figure out the combo that works pretty well with this. So it's Captain, Sneeds, and Edwin, I believe, are the pretty good combo. I learned that Sneeds' axe is, if you have the treasure equipped, it does all 3 if you focus on the center. And we take down this team pretty easily. I get another treasure chest. I'm getting a lot of starting game effects, which is really helping out my defense on this. we do the same combo again. We focus on the blue this time because that's the healer. But we still use the blade. It basically takes out everybody with the blade. So I have to have the trigger, that means that since a saw is always considered active. If I would get the one for Kazakus, I just take shadow damage. Nothing even matters at this point. I didn't want shadow damage, but that was the best ability out there at that point. I start out the team with my 3 that have been helping me out along the way. We're going to bring this back to normal for a second. I take down everybody. I take down the middle mercenary straight off the bat, so we lose that 50% extra damage that this is being negated. We're still using the abilities here. As you can see, we're using the saw blades still. That's where I was needs. I bring out Captain here, I believe. Now I bring out Kazakus. Kazakus gives the vial line on, gives everybody more of a buff. Start using the golems again. And this is when I figure out a very interesting thing about this final mercenary. This final green guy here. He gets buffed for all mercenaries who die, yours and his. So I one more time do cast the golems here, not realizing this. So this is when I cast the golems for the last time. Because I figure it's just when friendly mercenaries die on his side or enemy mercenaries. But here's where I see that he gets plus 10. All this play he gets plus 10. I sit there and go, oh, let me change that strategy. So I actually give him more health here. And I'm down to my last 3 pirates. And I bring out your door with the cannon. I'm really worried about the cannon. I actually kind of want to get the cannon out of the way as soon as possible. I start focusing on Kazakus' first ability, and I use Patch's 3rd ability. It's because it's the only one that doesn't summon anything. And because it's based on golems that die, it does a lot of damage in this particular turn. And the pirates are right across from him, so they all hit him with the cannons. I use the shadow ability again. I actually skipped doing anything with Patches this time around. And I already use her cannons again. And Kazakus finishes it off with the Shadow Claw. And that's how you do it with pirates. I'm sorry that my audio kicked out. One more time, I do apologize for that. I do want to thank you all for watching though. And as always, remember, play for fun.